Why, hello, welcome back to City Skylines 2. My name is Dava, and today we will be building back in the city of Davesport. Now, today is a very special day. We have both the north and southeast, well, not southeast, but southwest and northeast, I always get those two confused, American packs. And today, with that being the case, we can finally start to build the downtown. As I promised from before, we wouldn't start the main downtown until we got those two packs, and now we will begin to, from last week I should say, builds not only just the week before. We can build now the downtown grid and the bridge interchange, both in one video, because I want to get those both out the way since I put part 1 on the downtown grid, and this is a good way to continue it. But before that, I also wanted to give a little thank you for reaching 500 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you again for watching the video, liking the video, leaving comments. They're really helpful in whatever way, shape, or form possible. But yes, let's get into the video. We have some inspiration to go through and a little bit of some change that we have to go through as well. So let's begin. Where we last left off on the last video, we built a train yard beginning from here. We also have, I've also managed to change the outcome of the endpoint. So what we have here is the train yard now divides into 2 areas, and 2 of the main tracks come in the opposite direction from the main city line, which goes underground and through here. I wanted to try to keep this as red and pink as much as possible. There are 2 different colored lines here, the red and pink line. The red line is express, the pink line is local, starting from this station that we also built on stream. And I will say it's honestly one of my favorite little stations that I built. Going further, this train will remain outside, and above ground stations will be taking place through there for bypass stations. We do, and it did experiment with some southwestern buildings as well by placing them down and looking to see how they look on the main road and whatnot. There are some buildings that don't look right with what I'm trying to go for, but that's okay. I can always remove them later and put other ones afterwards, but I just wanted to see or place how they looked and see how they grew naturally without me placing them, and that's how they turned out. And I will say they weren't bad how they turned out just by zoning them like openly and just placing them about. So yeah, it wasn't bad. Going through here, we do also have a freight yard or industry yard right by the city as well. We put a little freight line placed in here as well. It kind of goes through the little bushes and whatnot, spreads its way through. I tried my best to make this look like an abandoned rail, or a rail that was not really in use but a little bit of use. So that's how this ran through here. There's only 2 trains running through here. The other one should be far back. You have to traffic over there. So I'm using the real-time mod, so there will be cases of traffic randomly appearing, and that is quite a bit of traffic. I haven't put any buildings down, so that's good to see. Let's go down further. We have fixed our little interchange here. This area still isn't built up yet. It's not as standard as I want it to be, but this area is built up here. And we do have the little interchanges as they're supposed to be going through. And now this bridge interchange is done over here. However, we now have the other half of the downtown, what we're going to focus on today, to work on. We have some inspiration that I want to do for this area, inspired by Philadelphia, the Betsy Ross Bridge. We're going to do something a little bit bad, I should say. Something that's not up to interstate standards. So we have an interstate here, but I kind of want to be inspired by something that's not up to interstate standard. And Interstate 676, which I'll show you right here. This interstate here is the main one that goes across the bridge into New Jersey, into Camden, New Jersey. However, you can see after it comes down the bridge, it leads into Philadelphia on the ground at grade with traffic lights, which is very bad for interstate to do this, but I really wanted to try to do this in a city, and now that we have the Northeast expansion pack, we can have the same kind of building style. Well, they're historic buildings, I will say, but the Southwest pack also will make up for this build as well. Yeah, so I wanted to try to make a little in-ground highway with little exits coming out through the side. I did do that before, but I wanted to make this one more, official, something that I can make on stream, which I won't make today because this will be take a lot more time to do, but I will start to place down the grid that I want to have. This grid will be a lot more just say blocky compared to the other side. Well, we'll see what happens, but I also need to get the train to go out here and make its own little terminal station, or not terminus, but you know, like a Penn Station kind of station, a pass-through station. So we're gonna work on that as well. So with that being said, let's begin. Let's put a pause on the building for a split moment here. We've built, I wouldn't say quite a lot, but enough for now. We've changed the highway layout here. We made it a small, narrow lane, 3-lane highway. I wish there was a division between it, but the division would be a little bit too large for this portion, so it'll be kind of intrusive. And it goes seamlessly through the bridge, so it's nice just to have that. But we did have the highway form into a road, make a traffic light, and then come back out and merge again. I will subtract the lane from here and make this lane be an addition on for later, so it doesn't cause any traffic, because I feel like this way might cause more traffic than not. This took a while. The tracks, the layout for the tracks were quite a mess to make, but I like how it turned out. There are some little glitches and whatnot, but I believe it came out quite nicely. There we go. Well, it came out quite nicely. The idea behind this is to make this a switching point so where trains can turn around and go forward, and here trains just go forward. They will not turn around from here forward. Or that's the idea behind it anyway, because I didn't want to make another one of these because that took a long time, but honestly it seemed feasible just to go straight through. They could just switch across and they go in their own paths from down up position. So the grid will be formed around the track. Over here it's formed around the bridge just because I wanted to have a way for buildings not to go, you know, underneath this. It'd be nice if it just went around it. But over here, it's based off the track. So the train is going to turn this way, so the grid will also turn this way. I'm also debating, similar to Philadelphia, throughout here, the commuter train, SEPTA, goes throughout the city center, but goes underneath it. There is a station underneath the city center of Philadelphia, but it does come out later on up the branch, which is a nice little touch, which I think I might want to do something similar to. Just because I don't like the idea of having a commuter train run straight through my entire city above ground and, you know, really destroying things without it being very narrow in the area. I could actually do that where it is very narrow. It is possible, especially with the new assets that we got. Very possible. And oh, I might do that actually. You know what? That's a good idea. Lastly, our final thing that we want to do is we just want to extend the grid to go up here. There will be there's no shipping here, by the way. I just place this here for later use, so I can just move it around and place it where I want to. Place them over here and drag you somewhere over here. We will make this road here a highway. We are lacking a highway in the east-west division going off map over here, so we will make this road into a highway. What we're going to do is similar to Philadelphia as well. This is our whole inspiration for this video. Similar to Philadelphia, the 678 connected the Interstate 95 through a little off-ramp. Hence why the 678 goes into a traffic light format down here. 2 traffic lights, 2 traffic lights. We're going to take it away and we're going to do something similar. We're going to branch off from here, pass between here, and make an interchange here. Same thing up here. We're going to branch off right here, go up and around, and up and over, and make an interchange right down here and convert this road into a highway going further down. It will follow the grid. I will not break the grid for this highway. We're not going to pull a Robert Moses or anything like that. We're just going to curve around and just go not close to the shore because we do want to make like a little shoreline. So we're going to go a little bit more inland with this highway and go off screen. That's for later, however. But yeah, that's the idea. And we're gonna finish this up. We'll see what happens. So sorry if this takes a while. This has been a very long video just trying to do this whole little track work, track stationing, and using road builder to place the tracks or place the roads everywhere. So yes, that's the idea of what we're going to do today. So let's continue. So here we have the, I wouldn't say final, it's final result for now. We just have the main downtown up north. We unpause it so the cars can realign themselves. See what they will do once they get here. But this is the final resort. We did have a lot of trouble putting this station in, but I like the way it came out, honestly. It did take up a lot more room. I will probably shrink this portion up here. I do want to make this into a yard, a little freight yard. Not freight, but train yard. So trains can spawn from the top of here, so I left a little bit more space. I want to come in a little bit closer. But that's for when I start actually putting in buildings. Same thing with over here, putting in buildings. This portion over here was more reminiscent of the downtown Manhattan. I wanted to have, you know, a downtown, like an actual downtown on here. I wanted to make this part resemble something like a business district. So I took away the grid and just replaced it with a bunch of roads that kind of go close to each other, just align themselves. So this part will not be zoned like so. I'll be placing buildings down manually over here just so it gets a better fit. And further back, we connected the highway to the other portion of the road, and I do like the way it came out. I will change this, however. This will be in ground, going further back. So that will be for later. Probably on stream, I will most likely do this, but this will be put in the ground, as well as we're going to put one more traffic light right through here. Just so we can get the same aesthetic on both sides, not just one half. Just to make it fair. And look at that, they're using it already. I actually forgot. Let me revert this down to 2 lanes before I get here. 2 lanes, and then add the 3rd lane up here, and then fix the portion up. It's a little bit more. Force 2 lanes turn, no matter what. We want 2 lanes to turn. We want to ignore every outside problem here. So let's continue. And just like that, we have downtown. Again, one of my favorite little things about this area over here. The grid. It's very formatted. It follows the rail on the northern half, or the middle half, and going further down over here follows the highway. I did make the railroad turn, and we're going again. We're gonna make it squeeze between a bunch of buildings, so I'm gonna put a bunch of buildings between here. I might shift this over slightly later on. But yeah, that's the idea behind this, and that'll be it for today. For the most part, that'll be it for the most part. I will see you guys soon. Oh, I forgot to mention the toll. I changed the idea. We're not gonna have a toll anymore. I will put another toll somewhere else, just not here. Just because of this idea. But yes, that is a plan for today, or for now. Next week, we will. Not sure really. We might put another bridge connecting down to here in case of an accident on the bridge and they have no way to get across, because as of right now, this is the only way to get across this highway. So we could be making another bridge, maybe a little drawbridge. We'll see. But I can't wait for the announcement that Colossal Order has to give us for the next time, or for next week. Just because, since all of the packs have come out so far, we only have so much information left about the next update. So I can't wait. I'm hoping it's Bridges and Ports, but I can't put my hopes up too high. I will see you guys next week. Take care, and thank you again for 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Have a good weekend.